What's going on? This is AlTone, and in this video, I want to give you 3 beginner tips for capturing better video. Now, the 3 tips that I want to talk to you about, I'm just going to give you straight up front, and that is lighting, sound, and environment, or essentially the background behind your subject. Those are the 3 things that I think are very important for any beginner to kind of grasp and get a hold of, and I want to discuss each one of them briefly. And if you stick around to the end, I have a 4th bonus tip that I want to share with you as well that I believe will also help you to capture better video. So to me, I believe the most important one is lighting. What is your light source? Where is your light source coming from? And how well can you control your light source? And with answering those questions, how can you take advantage of your light? So each one of these things are actually going to be based on what you're capturing. Are you in a controlled environment like I'm in right now, doing a talking head video? Or are you outside actually recording family and friends at an event or at a game of some sort? In each one of those situations, you want to be aware of what your light source is, because no matter what type of camera you're using, if you want to capture the most clear images, you're going to want to make sure that you have enough light to be able to support sharing the experience that you want to in the video in which you're capturing. One of the best things I can tell you to do is testing. Not every situation are you going to have perfect lighting. But what you want to do is make the lighting work for you in the situation that you're in. You don't have to go out and purchase lighting, but if you do, there are some inexpensive lights that you can get that will help you get the lighting that you need for any specific situation. And the second tip, of course, as I said before, is sound. Getting your microphone no more than 3 feet from your subject. That way, you will pick up the best possible sound. If you are doing something like recording with a cell phone, or you're recording with any other device that has a built-in microphone, you still want to try to keep that microphone within 3 feet of the subject so that you can hear the subject well. The other thing that does, by getting the microphone within 3 feet of the subject, it helps to kind of mask or drown out background noises. So when it comes to background noises, the other part of that in thinking about sound is this the right time or the right place for me to record? If you watch my studio tour video, you'll see that I've actually set up to kind of get rid of any of the echoes and things of that nature going on in this space, but this is not always necessary. If you get the microphone close enough and the environment that you're in is quiet enough, you may be able to pick up the sound from your subject very well and not have to be so concerned about other things. There are very inexpensive ways that you can treat or do a quick treatment for your area or your location so that you don't have the echoes and things of that nature. Sometimes just hanging up a blanket between you and a wall will help to dampen the echoes that you might get back in your recording. Well, that's something that you have to think about. And the best thing that you can do, as with everything, if you have the opportunity, is to test. Do some recording tests with the device that you're recording with to see what the sound is going to be like. And the last one, of course, is background or environment. What is behind the subject in which you're recording? Are you in a place where you can't set up a studio to do your recording? All these things you want to take in consideration when you're recording, because they become distractions. In previous videos that I've done, my desk was a complete mess, and you were able to see that mess of clutter behind me, which doesn't look professional. And it really is distracting and even makes some people a little anxious, especially those who are very particular about having things in place and cleaned up and in order. If you're trying to provide some very good information to those individuals and they're distracted by the background and the environment in which you're recording, that could be an issue. So if you want to record or capture better video, sometimes it's good, and I used to do this, just to hang a blank sheet behind you. Just make sure it's ironed, not a lot of wrinkles, and give it a little bit of distance so there's a separation between you and the background, and use that as your backdrop for you to capture your video so that the individual can focus on what you're saying, who you are, and the message in which you're delivering versus the clutter and the disorganization of what's going on in your background. So before getting to the bonus tip, first of all, I really want to thank you for hanging around with me for this long. And if you would, I'd appreciate it if you let me know that you're still here by hitting that thumbs up really quickly. So let's get into the bonus tip. And the fourth bonus tip, of course, is consider the value that you're providing to the audience in your captured video. What are you truly trying to share with them? And in what way is it going to impact the audience? Depending upon who your audience is, will determine some of the different things that you might want to do or ways you might want to capture that video, angles and things of that nature. What is it specifically? If it's a family member playing a game, you want to focus on that family member, then you're going to put yourself and your camera essentially in the best position to be able to capture your family member on the field or on the court or wherever they are the best you possibly can. These are just 4 tips that I have learned from my experience of attempting to capture videos. I truly hope this helps you to be able to do so better yourself in the future. Let me know what your thoughts are. If there are anything that I may have left out or something that you think a beginner should also think of when capturing video, I'd absolutely love to hear that from you down in the comment section. Have an absolutely fantastic day. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you again very soon.